All right, hey guys, welcome back to the sochoicepodcast. We're gonna actually do an intro from now on because we need to tell you guys to like and subscribe at the beginning because I don't think people stick around the entire hour. I don't blame them. They got shit to do.
Like and subscribe, please.
I blame
Please.
them. I blame them. Okay, I listened to this multiple times. Okay, the least they could do is listen to it once.
Yeah, on 2x speed.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Maybe even 3.
If you can, yeah, if you have the means.
YouTube only goes up to ×2, and I think Spotify as well. I don't know if you can go up any higher.
If you need more than
different things.
If you need more than ×2 speed, you might have a problem. Like you might be,
true.
your brain might be cooked.
I can't go any faster than that.
It's a whole
I did listen to
ADHD.
Colin, I did listen to the whole album you had us listen to on ×2 speed.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was really good, and on shuffle.
I'm gonna beat your ass. Do you guys want to get right into it?
Sure.
I guess so.
So we last episode we talked about doing this new segment. It won't be every single week, but here or there. We still haven't nailed down a name yet. It's either going to be enrichment time or exposure therapy. Basically, we're going to take something that we are passionate about or really enjoy. We're pretty confident the other two members haven't, experienced, and force them to listen to it or read it or watch it for up to an hour, and then we'll talk about it. And it's up to them to then take that and decide if they want to go back to it. So,
not up to an hour minimum.
Hour maximum.
No.
Not a maximum.
What?
You literally gave us over an hour to listen to.
It was an hour. It was an hour 8.
Minimum.
It was an hour 8. Okay.
Still over than an hour. I would have missed the whole
read
last
for more
song.
than an hour.
I didn't cut Greg's show off like midway through the second episode. I watched the second
you watch
episode.
the whole second episode?
No, I cut that shit off. I read for more than an hour though.
Oh, see, I didn't read more than an hour. I like used a stopwatch, but then
Hold on. Let's introduce what we are talking about.
Okay,
so let's go.
Who wants to go first?
One at a time. I brought Kendrick Lamar's "Good Kid, Mad City" to the table. John brought Brandon Sanderson's "The Way of Kings," an epic fantasy novel.
Part of the Stormlight Archive.
Quite. And Greg bought Jane the Virgin.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
No, but it's what you did.
Can I start off by saying you guys could not have picked two wildly different things, and I did them back to back, and it was a little jarring going from Kendrick to Jane the Virgin.
Nice. Well, you ended on a high note.
Yeah. I kind of want to agree. All right, Jane. If we want to just go right into it, Jane the Virgin was delightful.
It's such a good show.
It is such a charming show, Greg.
Yeah. You're gonna love all the characters. You're gonna love them all.
So just to get into it, Jane the Virgin, it was on the CW, right? In like the mid 2000s, maybe 2010s.
2010s.
And it's about a very Catholic Latina woman who gets mistakenly artificially inseminated by a doctor going through a divorce. And then, despite never having sex, is now pregnant. And comedy and drama ensues.
Yes, and there are twists and turns all over the place.
Constant.
The baby daddy is the sister of the doctor,
and also
her boss.
Yeah, and they had a fling. They had a fling. 6 years ago or something like that?
Yeah,
complicated if they tried, which I think was the point.
Yeah, there's a constant recurring theme of like Jane and her family love like telenovelas, and they really do a good job, I think, of like highlighting that trope and going back to it and then using the tropes they watch in the episode into the actual episode itself. Greg,
there's lots of future like fantasy sequences where you're like, oh, they fully went like telenovela here.
That wasn't in my hour.
I'm telling you the future. Okay, there's like 7 seasons of this show.
Okay, well, let's keep it to the first episode and one half of the second episode. Okay,
I'm trying to get you to watch more.
I
honestly, watching the whole second episode, a bunch more crazy shit happens. Like John, the ending of the second episode, wild.
We can't even talk about it now because we will spoil it for Colin
and everyone else who I assumed cut it off after an hour wrong on your stopwatch.
Well, honestly, I was never going to stop watching. Like, now that I've watched the first 2 episodes again, I'm like, I think I need to just rewatch the whole show.
Dude, it's can I just say 5 seconds. Well, first of all, because I knew about the show prior. I never watched it though. I mixed up the main actress with America Ferrera from Ugly Betty and got them confused. So I was for like half of the first episode, I was like, when is America Ferrera showing up? And then
you thought she played Jane Gloriana Villanueva?
Yeah, and then I thought that the actress
confuse you.
I thought the actress Jane played Ugly Betty, and I got that mixed up in my head. But fucking Jenna Ortega in the beginning.
Yeah, she plays young Jane.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yep.
That's like that the son on the Righteous Gemstones being young Sean in Psych. I saw that and I was like, there's no fucking way that Jenna Ortega. Sure enough, 10-year-old Jenna Ortega.
Yep.
Elite casting through and through.
Yeah. No, I love everybody in it, and it's just you'll eventually have to choose a side between Team Raph and Team Michael.
Oh, that was the most obvious back and forth I've ever.
Do you guys have a leaning either way at this point?
Raph is the bad boy, right? He's like the guy with the past that like is all sketchy.
Hotel manager who used to be a jerk. He says he used to be a jerk all the time.
He comes from a lot of money and is just kind of a douchebag. Or was, and then he had a cancer scare.
He's and now his balls don't work.
Yeah, and he's trying to be a good man and like just a solid hotelier.
He is legitimately the piece of shit sketch from I Think You Should Leave, where he's like, I used to be a piece of shit, but now I'm better. Like I've learned, because he mentions that he used to be a jerk like every 5 seconds.
Well, that's all you really know about him at that point.
No, that's true. And I like him. I think I'm side of the cop right now, because clearly she's gonna end up with the hotelier.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe not permanently, but like she will leave. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there might be like a third mystery man that we don't know about that like she ends up with. But that would never have happened if the hotelier's sister wasn't just the worst doctor of all time, because she was already on probation when she mistakenly inseminated Jane.
Yeah, because she's an alcoholic.
Yeah, she sucks. Like, worst doctor of all time. And then they're like talking about like, oh, like I don't know if we want to sue that bitch. Are you kidding me?
Sue her to the moon. Are you kidding me?
She fucked up your whole life. That's crazy. Sue her.
Yeah, easy decision. And she's got bread too. And also, guys, crazy roster on her. Every other lesbian that shows up that she's hooked up with is like one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in my entire life.
Crazy, considering you've only seen an episode and a half so far.
Yeah, I think it speaks volumes.
Also, they threw in one, like a really weird one where her ex-lover is her stepmom. I don't know if Colin got to that part.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that was at the end.
Wait. So the doctor's ex-lover was her stepmom?
The redhead. Yeah. That's that turns out to be her dad's new girlfriend.
New girlfriend.
No. I guess maybe they're married. New wife, I guess. New wife.
Oh yeah, because they were a thing and then they broke up and now she's with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, the show is wild.
But now they're getting back together.
How do you?
It's all crazy. I mean, have you guys even? What about the whole Jane's dad part of it?
Oh, being the fucking telenovela star.
Yeah,
I loved that twist.
Rogelio, amazing character. I love him.
I mean, he's no Juandísimo Magnifico, but
he basically is. I'm not even joking.
Okay,
just wait.
Okay, all right.
He wants to be.
I love that for him. I can see that.
Yeah. But I thought that was like legitimately like a really smart writing point. They kind of teased it a bunch in the first episode where like the mom was the only one like not interested in the specific telenovela that he stars in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the Passions of Santos.
Yeah, sorry. I don't want to misspeak.
It's fine. But
yeah,
do you guys think you're gonna keep watching it?
I was about to say I truly didn't know if I was going into it. I think I will. I think like This might become like a throw on in the background, like passively like enjoy, but kind of like catch things here and there.
You're gonna miss some stuff though.
I was gonna say the episodes are jam packed, but
honestly, like I've only watched this show through once. This is my first. Like I'm going back and rewatching it, and I'm literally like, there are so many fucking Easter eggs in those first two episodes. Like I'm like, oh my god, this person's already in it. This person's already gonna do it. Like all these events. Like John, the end of episode 2, forgot that happened so early on. That was
They
crazy.
really throw a lot at you right away, like immediately. There's no like kiddie pool. You're just going in the deep end.
Yeah. You just have to try and keep everything straight in your head.
I don't know if this is something that I'm gonna keep watching. I do appreciate its over the topness, and I appreciate what it's going for. I might watch it in the future, but I don't know.
I don't know if I want to watch it. Come on.
Maybe. She's already seen it, so I don't know if she's gonna want to rewatch it.
It's easily rewatchable. What are you talking about?
Says Greg, who just started his rewatch for the first time.
I only watched it for the first time like 2 years ago.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, Greg, I only have so much actively watching TV time, and One Piece takes it up right now. So if I don't want to throw it to the wayside, so it might become like the passive watch.
Okay. I think you'll get more hooked into it the more you watch it.
I agree.
Because you'll just want to know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everything just twists and turns. Also, there's time jumps in between some seasons. Like
there's time skips.
Yeah. We skip a bunch of time in the middle. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just like One Piece, Colin. You're gonna love it.
Oh, okay, I'm in.
It's basically an anime.
Okay, tight.
Just wait until the arc where they're on the boat.
And they're pirates?
Yeah. It's sick.
Sick.
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
All right.
I'm glad. I hope our audience enjoyed it too.
I would say give it a chance.
I hope that people followed along with this as like much as they could and like actually watched along or listened along. Because I think it's worth it.
100%.
Or they should pause this, go watch it, and then come back.
Only watch the first hour and then cut that shit off and come back.
Okay,
watch the whole second episode. It's good.
Yeah. This is, honestly, Colin, I can't believe you're so into this without seeing the end of the second episode.
I can't wait to go back. It's been a busy day, but like
you're gonna watch the last 20 minutes. You're gonna be like, "Holy shit! I wanted to talk about this."
100%.
Like it is crazy how much they pack in to such a short amount of time. Like there's already been like no less than 10 twists, and we're 2 episodes in. It's kind of shocking.
Getting off on it. They're a little. They're freaky.
They are doing it just to do it because like. That's kind of the point of the show.
That's fun. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Should we move
on to Should we move on to what we did for Colin or listening to his album?
Sure. Yeah. Good Kid, Mad City. Have you guys prior to this, listened to this album in totality?
A long time ago.
Yeah, like maybe right when it came out, I just like listened to it, but I don't recall ever just like sitting down and really paying attention. But I mean, I knew like half the songs on there.
I was gonna say like it is quite literally the longest charting rap album of all time on Billboard at this point. It is, I think it's almost impossible to have not heard at least one of the songs. So I mean like I wasn't like I didn't like recommend it to you guys like thinking like, oh yeah, like here's like 12 brand new songs that you guys like haven't heard before. I think it's like when you do sit down and like listen to it in order with the intention of like following a story that like you might get more out of it like that you didn't see from there. So like, please guys, the floor is yours. Like, what'd you guys think?
I mean, I liked it. So like M.A.A.d City, obviously like that's like I feel like the biggest song on there.
From popularity wise,
popularity wise.
That or Money Trees.
I felt like it was just Money Trees also. Bitch Don't Come By. Honestly, I never really. I don't.
Really? I fucking love
It's not one of my favorite songs.
Swimming Pools
is good. Honestly, the one song that I had never really listened to was the Peer Pressure one, like right in the beginning.
Yeah, The Art of Peer Pressure.
I never really listened to that one, but I liked that one. I enjoyed that one.
I think that it's crazy because like there are like what like we now consider like super big songs all over it. I think a lot of them can kind of like push down the more like album story cuts. But also I think when you do listen in order, all these bigger songs you heard on the radio are like totally like recontextualized. When you hear it, I think like
it is wildly different hearing them in order. And like actually listening, like I've heard these songs so many times, just play like parties, like people just like vibe into it, and then hearing it like one after another, it's like very different. It has a completely different vibe.
I would say like I think like Backseat Freestyle might be like the biggest proponent of that. You hear it and it's just a banger with a crazy beat and like super like ignorant lyrics, but you learn it's literally just 17-year-old Kendrick Lamar freestyling in the back of his mom's van with his friends, like not really caring.
Yeah. Also, the all the like messages, the voicemails and everything, the skits at the end. I feel like because I had never listened to all of them, I was always just like, what the fuck is this weird shit at the end of this song?
Talking about Dominoes.
Just end the song. Just stop this. Yeah, why are they yelling about Dominoes? What's going on?
Domino's storyline was what I was really into.
It's so funny. Dude, by the way, those are actually Kendrick's mom and dad.
I believe
and apparently it is completely unscripted. All of those. He had them just basically riff and gave him kind of like little beats to like lead into the next song. But like
that's so funny. He riffed like, "I want that fat ass" or whatever.
Yeah, that's Kendrick. That's a Kendrick Lamar's father just being him.
Your dad's high as hell right now. Give me that ass.
That's so funny.
It's so good. But yeah, like Greg, I think like what like makes Kendrick so special as an artist is his storytelling. And when you get to like a song, almost like an art of peer pressure, when you do sit down with it becomes so vivid. Like you can almost see like the right turn.
He was just hanging with his homies, bro.
Yeah.
Hanging with the homies.
And then looking for like, the Nintendo or the TV to take, and someone walks into the door and all of a sudden there's a scramble. Mm-hmm. Now, had you guys heard Sing About Me? Because I know there are a lot of like songs prior. This, at least Sing About Me, I think has become considered one of the greatest rap songs from just a technical ability of all time. I'm really curious what you guys took away from that song from a story perspective. And then what you thought about the song.
Can you give me like 30 seconds of it so I remember which song that was?
Yeah, it's the 12-minute one.
Oh, the long one. The long one. Gotcha.
Yeah. About like singing about, the guy who died.
Yeah, his friend.
And his sister.
So it's funny you say that. So it's like there's three different perspectives.
Was he just saying that like in the colloquial, like that's my brother?
No, it's his friend's brother who gets shot at the end of swimming pools.
His friend's brother. You're right.
So yeah, one of his friend's brothers hanging with him gets shot at the end of swimming pools. The song starts "Sing About Me," and he raps from the perspective of that friend whose brother died.
Gotcha. Cool.
And
that was why I was like, he's just saying his brother, and I was like, I didn't realize.
Yeah, no, it's that guy's perspective. And then gotcha. He gets shot too in the song and passes away. The next verse, and I probably should give you guys context for this. Isn't Shireen or any like random girl mentioned the album. It is a direct reference to a song in a person from his previous mixtape, Section 80, from the song Keisha's Song, where he raps from the perspective of a local girl he knew who fell into prostitution and was murdered on the job. I think she was only 18 at the time or something like that. And so it's now like the perspective of that woman's sister. Then like you just used my family for profit. You're using her story for personal gain, and then it goes back to Kendrick to kind of addressing both of them. And I think without proper, this is why like I think it's I probably could have given you guys more context, because like this is what I mentioned earlier when I first brought it up, is like there are songs that intertwine into other songs and on different projects, and I think it's something that I think is pretty unique to him. That I really appreciate.
I think I would need to listen to the whole album like pretty much again.
Yeah.
Because that being the first time that I actually remember going through them, like I don't know. I'm still trying to like really listen to the music. I think I would actually need to just like read his lyrics.
I kind of like recommended that, but like I didn't expect you guys to do that, because it's like
no, I did. Like I literally. Yeah, I sat on the couch and I put Spotify up on my TV and just pressed lyrics and just had it scrolling the whole time they were playing. It's like I was trying to follow along, but it's different when you're. I don't know. I would need to like just actually sit down and read it.
Totally. I mean, I've heard this album, I'm not kidding, probably close to 100 times at this point, and I'm still picking up new things. Because it's at some point, you like it's music. You want to listen. You want to just kind of vibe. But there's still so much under the surface that I really do appreciate. Favorite songs, least favorite songs. What do you guys think?
Oof. I don't know if I have a. Okay, least favorite? Okay, one of the last songs, honestly, I didn't like Real.
Real? Yeah, people say Real. People say
was
Real.
Not a big fan.
I'm trying to pull it up again. Hang
that's
on.
Fair.
Like, I remember I was getting towards the end and I was just like,
really? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I was like, this one, not really my jam. I wasn't loving that one. I was still trying to like pay attention to what they were saying, but I was just like, I don't know, not really my vibe.
I mean, Mad City is just really good. Backseat Freestyle does slap.
It's just a fun ass song, man.
Was that the one where?
It's the one where his dick is as big as Eiffel Tower and he wants to fuck the world for 72 hours. Yeah.
That is a good song. But was it? That's not the like first song. Is that the one where he was just like,
no,
I really want to have sex?
Shireen's the first one.
Yeah. Shireen's the first one where he's just like, I just want to fuck.
Yes.
That's a hot start. I like that.
That one wasn't my favorite.
So Shireen is I think really interesting because I think it's a great. Well, one, it sets the plot off of like, you know, he has this love interest and like he's like kind of like hypnotized by her, and like I think the beat really does a good job of like portraying that. But you're right, John. It is like super kind of like spacey and weird, and maybe kind of like very different sonically than the rest of the album. So it took me a long time to like actually truly like enjoy that song.
Oh, see, yeah. I kind of enjoyed it from the jump when it came on. The first song, I was like, all right,
hell yeah,
I like it.
Now, I have to mention it. Money Trees, J-Rock's verse. What do you guys think about that? Because for me, that is like such like a standout moment of the album. It's like the one. It's like the guy like not Kendrick who's rapping on Money Trees.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
And what does he say?
I don't recall it standing out. He said,
like, imagine rock up in these projects. Swear those. I can't say that word. Pick your pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Claus don't miss them stockings.
Honestly, I don't know if I remember.
Not memorable.
Damn, that hurts. That hurts. That is like a top 5 rap verse for me all time.
Like it wasn't memorable enough for me to be like, that was a weird verse. Didn't like that one, or wow, that really made the song. It was just part of that song.
Bummer for me.
Yeah.
But hey, I think that's why this album I think is so fantastic, is that you like everyone can have a different moment that like just stands out for them.
Yeah, this was definitely different for me because I usually don't actively listen to songs when I'm like listening to music. I just try and like listen to music to turn my brain off and just kind of vibe. Like, which is the exact opposite of what like I felt like I was studying like a quiz, like reading the lyrics as they go by.
No, totally. And it's so funny. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point of albums like this, almost like a concept album, is like to have a plot line or a through line that you follow, that forces you to actually listen to. You can still listen passively and really enjoy it. Do you guys remember? So you guys came up to Boston this weekend to go to a Red Sox game with me. On the Uber ride down, this past weekend, another big concept album from a large artist came out named M.A.A.d. Unfortunately, we got roped into listening to that.
We started talking about it, and the Uber driver was like, "You want me to put it on? I got you." And you guys started playing it.
Dude, I literally went, "Yeah, dude, the album's pretty schmeh." And he goes, "Want to listen?" And I'm like, "Not really."
He didn't factor that in at all. He clearly wanted to listen to it because he was loving it. Like every couple lines, he was just chuckling away at. So he clearly was down. And as soon as you mentioned it, you're like, "Eminem, we listen it."
Dude, and like not every concept album is great. Let's just put it like that. You know, like I appreciate artists that do put the time into making a well thought out message or story within an album. But I think what makes Kendrick so special is that, unlike the death of Slim Shady, it's good while having a very cohesive story. And I'm excited to in future iterations kind of take you through To Pimp a Butterfly. So I think that's his best album. It's also a concept album, and it's a bit more complex. It's really jazzy, really funky. But I think this is kind of like T-ball for that. So next time we're off to the races.
Wow, a little teaser for our next Enrichment Hour.
100%.
Love that.
Or maybe I do anime for John. Who knows?
That is coming down the pipe. That's like coming at me like a train, and I'm just stuck on the tracks. But you know what? When it happens, I'll just grit my teeth. I'll watch some anime.
Just bite the pillow.
You can make me sit in front of a TV, but I don't have to watch. All right, eyes closed.
Subtitles off.
And then you just put a bow on this. Rating out of 10. First listen. Well, first through listen.
I mean, I don't have anything to compare this to because I don't usually do this.
Okay, well, how'd you enjoy it?
It was fine. It was interesting.
Go ahead, John.
Well, I don't know. I'll give it like a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably around there. Honestly, like making something. Making a whole album where I have to listen to it in order, don't like that.
What's wrong with you? All albums are built like that. Oh my god, this actually set me off.
I want a nice album that you could put on shuffle, and
you can't put this on shuffle and just enjoy the songs.
You told me I couldn't. So
the story's all out of order.
Yeah,
so that drops it at least a few points.
Greg. When you watch The Office or Jane the Virgin, you watch in order first, right?
The Office was a bad example.
No,
because there's no actual story.
You watch it in order first. And then you can go back and pick and watch whatever order you want.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So I did it once. Yeah. Never again.
Yeah, and now you're good.
I'm gonna say as like a concept album, I really liked it. I'm just saying that like for me, just sitting down and listening to an album, I would just rather be doing other things.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
But like as far as like listening to an album goes, it was really good.
Yeah. Sick.
I really enjoyed it. I've liked Kendrick for a long time.
Oh, so I'm happy, guys, because I knew this was like maybe a little bit different of like a music consuming experience.
I can't wait, guys, to give you guys a different type of album.
It's like One Republic's first album.
One Republic. Listen to it in reverse. That's so funny. Times 1-2 speed.
It's honestly it's just funny you say that. That's actually a way to listen to Damn and to get a whole different story out of it. Then okay, I don't want no spoilers, but Damn, you can. It's meant to be consumed forward and backwards. There's two different stories.
I don't want this to just be we're going through Kendrick's discography. Okay.
Well, we're doing at least one more. You're
doing one more. You're doing one more, and we'll go from there. Yeah.
Maybe not back to back. Maybe throw something else.
Yeah.
How many albums does he have?
He has 4 albums, like 2 EPs, and a mixtape.
Oh, cool. So I was close with 7. Nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
I know Kendrick.
Yeah. Greg knows ball.
Oh, actually, I had a question for you about the album because there was like the deluxe version with like 4 more songs.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Does that really add to the story? What are we looking at there?
Because there was like a remixes of other songs. Yeah. So now I was like, that's going to be the exact same story.
You get they're not directly correlated to the story. However, they are great. Story. They have like their independent stories in them. One of them is just the Jay-Z remix to "Bitch So Kill My Vibe," which has almost become the default version. I'm actually more of a fan of the original, even though Jay-Z has a hell of a verse. But yeah, there's no epilogue that you get if you listen to the deluxe all the way through.
No dominoes coming out of the deluxe version.
No more dominoes.
Dude, that'd be so funny if there was a song where it was just like, "Hey man, I got your pizza," or a voicemail of his dad just being like, "Thanks for calling delivery."
There you go. Yeah. The mom is like, "Hey, thanks for actually bringing the van back. I really appreciate that. I've been waiting to go to courthouse all day."
Yeah.
The end of like one of the last songs was it was them just like. Was Kendrick being like, "I'm gonna take the van, be back at 15."
Yeah, right? No, it starts over.
Like before, it was like, that was like the message that he left them.
Yeah, it starts over. Because it ends with like the clicking of like a cassette tape ending or something like that, and then that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, John knows ball. John read. John, I'm like really impressed.
You told me to do it, so I was like gonna do it. I'm all in on like whatever you guys like pick for me to do. I will like go at it, open mind. I'm gonna like try and enjoy it as much as I can. Like who knows? Maybe it's something that I'll be like into in the future. Well, I might listen to albums like this again. I might pick up Jane the Virgin again. Who knows? Like.
Tight. Well, do you want to? I mean, speaking of which, as a non-reader, do you guys want to get into the next one?
All right. So. I gave the boys a book, and not just any book, an absolute mammoth of a book.
The thick boy. Also, it's not even just about how thick it is. Do you know how many words they put on those are big pages, and the words are like packed in there. It's
like drawing every once in a while. That it helps you out.
Yeah, Greg. Over the course of my hour, I ran into 2 different maps.
Yeah, no, there are. I'm just saying, like, it's not
Greg told me, he was like, yeah, I spent like a good chunk of the hour just looking at one of these maps.
I spent the first 5 minutes, like, because you open the book and there's just a map, and I was like, I need to study this. I want to know. So
major in him was just going full out.
Yeah, I was like, oh, look at these islands in the north. I like that. That's cool.
A little archipelago.
But honestly, John, I had some qualms with the book.
Hold on, John, introduce The Way of Kings.
So, it's a fantasy book. This guy comes up with a lot of interesting ideas and a lot of things that are unique in fantasy that I haven't seen any other people do.
You're talking about the author, Brandon Sanderson?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He does a lot of like unique ideas. His world building is insane. The thing I was worried about with this that he throws you in the deep end. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you don't understand and that you will learn as you go along.
I'm trying to figure out light-eyed, dark-eyed. We're talking Eleki.
That's what you're trying to figure out. It's pretty fucking self-explanatory, bro.
No, okay, but I'm trying to keep them all straight where he's just like, oh, there's another dark-eyed one, and I'm like, do I like him or do I not like him?
So I was worried that an hour wouldn't be enough for you guys to, like, fully get into the world and, like, figure out what's happening. Especially because it starts out with, like, a prelude that is, like, thousands of years.
Yeah, that was my qualm. Because you start off with this first thing and you're like these ancient kings or whatever, and they're doing their thing and they're like abandoning their posts now.
I have notes, by the way. On the prelude. So just to preface it, John, I'm gonna read you my own summary, and I want you to tell me how far away or close I am.
Okay, cool.
What?
Okay. Bro walks past a bunch of the dead rock creatures from Breath of the Wild. That's how it starts off. And then he meets up with one of his boys at a spire. But the spire is just like 10 swords that are maybe big. I don't know. But one of the swords isn't there. And I think they're immortal, but in a way where like they can still die and be like reborn. And if they die, they go to like a really kind of like fucked up place for like a little bit, I guess. And then come back. And then apparently that sucks. And so of those 10 boys, including our main guy, one of them died in combat. 8 of them and the main guy are still alive, but the other guys are like, this blows, dude. I don't want to be around for this.
This is a real full recap here.
Yeah, am I on the right? Because like
as long as
you're literally just going like word for word what happened. These aren't even overarching views. You're just giving the plot points.
And so like everyone just quits except for the guy who died who wasn't in the know.
Yes. So
tight.
These people are like kind of like
Guardians of the realm.
They're like really the Avengers.
Like they have like special powers, and they're kind of guarding like humanity at this point from these monsters. And then they die and they get reborn, and that's like a really shitty, painful process, and they're sick of it. So one guy died, he's stuck like getting reborn, and the others are just like, fuck it, we're just gonna bounce and then like screw this guy, like sucks to be him, we're just done. And then they leave, and they leave like humans or whatever races are out there to just like kind of fend for themselves. That's the prelude.
I don't see any of those guys again.
Yeah, that's my problem. We jumped 4,500 years to the next chapter. We read that next chapter, and then there's another 500-year jump to the next one.
It's 5 years. You're exaggerating, okay? If you actually read it, it goes prologue, I think 450 years, and then it goes the prelude of the prologue, whatever the second one. And then you get John. I'm not gonna lie, dude. This shit is anime as fuck. If you really like, I hate to break it to you, the fight scenes, the power system, this shit is anime as hell. It's rad.
Lashing and running on the walls seems
cool
pretty
as
anime.
fuck, dude. The
lashing is tight as hell. Shard blades. I don't know if you guys have gotten there.
Oh yeah. We like shard blades.
Tight as fuck.
Confused how you acquire a shard blade because it seems like it just appears out of nowhere, but then it's something that you can acquire.
And it also was kind of a problem because then there was another one that the king had.
Spoilers.
But then he just left it there.
Spoilers.
What do you mean? How's that a spoiler? You didn't read that far?
No, the shard bearer.
How far did you get, by the way?
I got to send. I got past that, and I got like into like the combat, into the little war. I got probably like 52 pages in.
Okay.
I was in the 40s somewhere. I don't know. I didn't get as far as Colin, but I also stopped right at an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fair.
I also, because I will say, John, you're right. It throws you into the deep end, and it's basically like keep up or get lost. And I really do appreciate that because you have to trust the author that like you will learn the context.
And he does. You learn it along, and it's not like him teaching you. It's like you seeing things and then putting things together, which I think is like really
I love that.
It's crazy how this 1,000-page book that I read is basically all set up for other books.
That's fucked
and
up.
it didn't feel like that. It felt like I was like a really good story.
I mean,
it's kind of crazy.
I was talking with Greg when we were all in Boston. He was like, yeah, like I was going back and like rereading and trying to see if I missed something. And I was doing that too. And then I got to a point, I think in the prologue, where I was like, fuck it. Clearly, I'm not supposed to know what exactly they're talking about right now, and I just gotta go. And then
you figured it out as you go along.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because like it's the author trusting you. It's the author trusting that they're smart and that like you're gonna figure it out. But also I love foreshadowing. I love mystery, and so this was like really like right in my alley. Granted, we joke about it a lot. I don't read a lot of fiction or books in general. I'm more of like a article, Business Insider.
He's white collar.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of my reading currently has been in terms of helping my career. I used to love fiction. I used to read all the fucking time, especially high fantasy. The Narnia series, Golden Compass, like the Harry Potter, shit like that. I was all over growing up, and I really fell off. And there's for sure a learning curve with this that was coming. I literally got a headache like 30 pages in because I was like, it required so much like
his eyes have never had to strain that for that long.
Like, you haven't read for 30 minutes?
What's up?
You haven't just read for 30 minutes?
It has been this complex, dude. Like I haven't had to like actively think about like because like I think it was like when I was trying to like digest everything all at once while I was reading, there was a lot happening. There was a lot I was still wondering about, and like when I popped a couple ibuprofen and learned to let go, I was good. But it took a little bit, and I'm interested in going back to this. Like
it's like you're learning to read again. I like that.
Read fiction 100%. Like without a doubt.
So you enjoyed yourself and that you think you could go back to this book.
Yeah, it really just really reaffirmed to me that you're gonna love anime.
I probably will. I know that I would like it. Okay, that's not the problem with it. I don't want to like it because I don't want to sink hours and hours and become an anime guy.
You don't have to become an anime guy. You should have to become an adult animation guy. It's the new pivot.
Oh,
yeah, like Wallace and Gromit.
True, actually so based. Greg, you have no idea. I might should have.
I can get behind.
Dude, that's fire. I love
bro, dude.
It is.
You got new one coming out, by the way.
You guys ever watch Chicken Run?
Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
Now, John, do you have any questions for us?
So, okay, Colin, you already said that you might go back to this. Greg, you do read fantasy.
It's just an access thing for me, John. Like I have to give this back to you at some point.
It's not my book either.
I know, but I think that then the chain of command goes me to you to you to the original owner, Mike.
I mean, I don't know if he wants this back anytime soon. You probably got some time.
All I'm saying is, this might force me to go to a library.
I mean, you could just buy it. You do have a library card though, so
I do.
It should be shockingly easy.
Sorry,
yeah,
Greg.
I mean, I would definitely read it again. I mean, I do read. I just don't. I already got a few books lined up, so it's going to the back of the queue at the moment.
That's the problem I have. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah. But like, no, I'll definitely read. So, Colin, if you want to keep reading it, you can go ahead and keep it. I
actually have another book lined up.
Oh.
What
do we have here?
What? I'm sorry, who was that?
I don't know. It's a white woman. I think it's the author.
White woman.
Colleen Hoover.
What is this about?
That's what like, every teenage girl reads Colleen Hoover books.
Adult girls.
Teenage adult girls.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
I don't know, man.
What's it called?
My roommate gave me a book. It's called Verity. Apparently, it's like a murder mystery, and I really fuck with that. I want to get into reading. I love like whodunit murder mysteries. It's like my favorite genre.
Bro just wants to read the script in Knives Out 3.
Yeah, like so. Greg, the last like fiction book I read was a screenplay.
Why?
Okay.
I like reading screenplays.
I mean,
I have a couple like in my closet.
Okay, out of 10, Colin, what do you rate it?
I think I'm just scratching the surface. However, I really enjoyed what I read. Also, this is just for us. We used to play. I mean, we still play D&D, but we used to play in high school. And then one of our friends, his character was a little like half troll who had a spear for an arm, And we used to do an alley-oop where we used to like levitate a person and drop him on top of his arm when he was lying down.
This is so niche.
They did that shit in the fucking book.
They did that shit in the book.
I lost my mind. I was
he did change gravity and have a guy drop onto his own spear.
Onto his spear. And I was like, they're doing the damn thing. And so because of that, 7.8. Maybe an 8.2.
Okay. Greg?
I mean, yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't read just off the first 2 chapters or whatever that I read.
What's your experience? You know, it doesn't have to be like the whole book, like just how you felt reading.
I don't know. Yeah, like we're in the 7s, I think, at the moment. I think I need to read more.
Yeah, there's too many mysteries. There's too. I'm just scratching the surface.
I
haven't gotten to the meat.
There's also like if I was like 3 or 4 characters throughout the book, and you don't know them
one of the characters. Yet. What if I hate one of them and then I can never go higher than a 75% on this book?
I will say,
I mean,
a whole quarter of
you don't have to root for all of them. They're not necessarily like all teammates.
You're telling me when I watch Breaking Bad, I'm not supposed to root for Walter White?
Well, he's the
his brother-in-law, the cop. I'm also rooting for him. I'm also rooting for Giancarlo Esposito.
Nah.
You just want everyone to get along. Yeah. Coexist.
Why can't you guys all just sell drugs together?
What are we fighting for, you know? I will say, John, one gripe. I need chapters, man. I can't be doing this like part 1.
They do have chapters.
It's like
they have chapters every like 10, 20 pages.
Oh. Well, I just got past the prologue.
Brother.
I went. Hold. All right, we're back. This is why I don't read. Because when
Colin sucks.
When I put big books down on my desk, sometimes I hit a button that stops the recording.
Why did you put it down on your keyboard? Your maroon bassoon.
It's so big. My desk is only so small.
Blame the book. All right.
I most certainly will, and I apologize.
So we lost a bunch of the recording. We finished up the Enrichment Hour.
We were just about done with the podcast.
We were literally like, okay, cool, we're done with the podcast. Where are we at? And then Colin was like, I'm not recording.
I was going to go see like how long we've been going for, and it was just not a number.
So we did our draft. It was movie franchises.
Hold on. I think we should wrap up The Way of the King.
How far did we get in that before you stop recording?
It'll be a jarring cut. Let's just put a bow on it real quick. I really enjoyed it. I might go back to it. It's a bit intimidating for my first high fantasy read in a long time. I will have to get it from a library though, because I do not own this book.
I would absolutely read it. My question is, do I have to read all 8 books?
So I've read 1, and that in itself was like really good. But it makes me want to read more. Okay. So it'll probably get you hooked by then.
But like, are things pretty much wrapped up at the end of book 1?
Yeah,
or
great question.
You need to learn a lot more. Okay, so I have to.
It ends on a cliffhanger.
Things, yeah, like the biggest cliffhanger.
So it's like the opposite of everything got wrapped up.
Yeah, no, I would say nothing gets wrapped up.
John,
you learn a couple things, but then even more things get revealed that are like mysteries.
John, doing our research and trying to find an illegal way to read this for free, we stumbled across the Prime version of this book, which seems to be different in some ways. Could I just read that for all those at home?
I don't think
so. He hasn't read it, so how would he know?
From what we saw, it's meant to be read after you've already got caught up on the books.
On the whole thing?
I would say no. Yes. Apparently characters are different, like events are different. I don't know why he made another book that's like this.
Okay.
But hey.
Are you sure he did it, or is it like a fan art?
I think it was
fanfic. It's just Rule 34. It's like all the characters fucking.
I think
he's like, dude, this is good. Like, I'm gonna put this out there.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure it's by him, but I would not do the Prime ones.
John,
I would just go classic.
Other question, for all those afraid of reading out there,
many of us.
Is there a show or a series coming? Maybe on HBO.
I don't know. There should be.
Okay, well, I'll look it
up. What scares you about reading, Colin?
Propaganda.
Dude, it made his brain hurt.
Okay.
That's true. You got a headache.
So yeah, I really hope that was part of this discussion that is cut out because I dropped a book on my keyboard. But yes, I read so hard. Well, reading was so hard for me that I got a headache. Just to reiterate, and I did write down in my notes for this. I think I'm getting a headache. Is this a wake up call? I choose to
notes you took, knowing full well we were not going to get through all those notes. Those notes were like you had a note for every line in the book.
Yeah, you literally were just writing down plot points. You could have gone on Spark Notes
after the prologue, because I wanted to make sure I was reading it because like it really dropped you into the deep end like early. I want to make sure that I understood the prologue enough. You confirmed that, and then after that, it's all questions like why can't Zeth have armor? I feel like he can. He doesn't want it. How does one acquire a shard blade? Stuff like that. So I'm just jotting down questions.
Someone who has a shard blade, and then you take their shard blade.
I learned that after he killed the king.
Say shard blade one more time.
Shard blade.
Thanks.
Bro, I want to read this on the toilet. Call that a sharp blade. You know what I mean?
Don't read that book on the toilet. We're all sharing that book, you piece of shit.
Okay, yeah, it's. I can't read a book in the luxury of my own house.
Yeah, just not on the John, okay?
That's fucked up. John, have you read books on the John?
No, that's my phone territory.
Well, guess what? You guys all poopy phones, okay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, 100%. But at least the pages aren't poopy.
What's the difference, man?
I don't like the idea that Greg has poopy fingers that would be flipping the pages.
You all have poopy fingers because you guess what? You all got poopy phones, and you use your fingers to touch the poopy phones. You got poopy fingers.
I love licking my phone and my fingers.
Greg licks his poopy phone.
That implies that you're going to be licking the book as well, though.
Well, I lick everything.
It's when he moves a page. He goes every single page.
Yeah, I go wipe, lick, flip.
no TP either. He gets like really in there. He like hooks it.
Yeah.
People don't lick their thumb enough to turn a page. Also, this is an archive. Do you guys prefer when a book series is an archive or a chronicles?
Oh, I'm a big chronicle guy.
I'm not really sure what the difference is.
I think it's almost aesthetic,
vibes.
Right? It's just vibes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
I like a series.
I don't like series. I like archive, but I like chronicles the best.
See, I hear archive, and I think it's either dog shit, so they've just put it away, or is like old as hell. And you're like, and maybe that's why you like it, because you feel like you're like discovering something that's like centuries years old.
I just think it's a fun word.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But chronicle would be my answer.
I don't like to call them anything.
Shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
We can wrap up the book talk.
All right, 8.2. Greg?
7.4.
Oh.
Nice.
Hater.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, even though it was a bit of a tough transition to get you in there. It takes a while to get used to that book, so I'm glad you guys.
Or books in general, you know.
Some of them hold your hand a little better at the beginning. That one did not. You really head first, right into it.
Yeah, it was a little jarring, but I didn't mind it.
So we have done a draft. We'll get that out of the way.
Do it.
We can just say our picks.
No, because I think there's fun in like making the selections and the suspense and like the back and forth.
So we're doing movie franchises.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
We have to pick the same picks because you guys are going to take all my picks.
Well, I'm not picking all yours. All right, there might be one I change, but everything is back on the draft board.
No, absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Because I had a smash. I killed that draft.
John, you can take all of your picks again. I'm more thinking about the shit that was in the honorable mentions that I forgot about.
Yeah, but they were my honorable mentions, and your dumbass came up with these shitty movie franchises.
Shitty.
I'm not going to say which one I was talking about, but I say we go through it, pick the same picks.
You'll see.
Colin doesn't remember what he picked.
I do.
Okay, then start it off. What's your pick one?
Well, I mean, I will be taking things I want to. Regardless of what I took last time. But that being said, I will take my number one pick again, and that is Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah, we're doing top movie franchises. Lord of the Rings, 1-1 off the board.
We also had decided that Hobbit does not count because it has to have the same name.
Yeah.
To be in this franchise. I will preface that because that makes Colin's pick way better.
I still think it's like the GOAT series.
Yes, but I think as a 3 set, it like cannot be better than just the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Great pick. 1-1, easy. Greg, you're up.
So I'm confused. Am I picking my same picks?
You can do whatever you want, boss man.
Same picks. Come on.
I'm flying blind, man. I'm going rogue.
All right, I'm gonna take a Spider-Verse with my first pick.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna take the Spider-Verse with my first pick.
You son
Holy
of a
shit.
bitch.
Holy shit.
This is not fun anymore.
Yeah, you said we can pick other things.
This is gonna be so confusing because they didn't know our original drafts.
I know.
I don't know why Colin's mad at that.
They'll figure it out by context.
Okay. My first pick, I'm gonna stay with what I had before. I'm going Toy Story. They all hit, no stinkers in the bunch. Hey guys, which one's your favorite Toy Story?
Number 2.
Number 1. Actually, mine's number 2, but
so is mine.
I had to keep going with Scrubs.
Yeah. I like the
second one's good because I like the prospector. He's funny.
I like the whole part. I like the bit. Who's like the guy that works at like the toy barn in the chicken suit?
Al.
Yeah, I like when he goes, "Oh man,
you mean at Al's toy barn?"
Oh, fair enough. I do like when he goes, "Oh man, I'm gonna be late for work," and then he just drives across the street.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
Across like lanes of traffic. Though. That was a fucking hefty road.
There was a pile up outside the toy barn, courtesy of
crazy. Al. He's just doing U-turns all over the place.
Oh yeah. Okay,
that was my first pick. My second pick, I'm gonna stick with what I was doing. I'm going Mission Impossible.
I was really hoping you didn't pick it this time. I don't know why we would have changed.
I'm gonna stick with my guns. Nobody runs like Tom Cruise. Nobody does weird, wacky stunts like that man. They get better and better as it goes along.
It is nuts. The second that Tom Cruise took over that franchise, pretty much, it's just gone into the stratosphere.
It's great.
Do we think Glenn Powell is going to be in the next one? I know it's like a direct sequel to.
Almost certainly. Nice. They already have each other from Top Gun, you know.
Dude, and
the chemistry's there.
They're boys now.
Tom Cruise was went to the he was Glenn Powell's +1 to the Twister premiere. They're like,
was he?
Yeah, dude. Glenn Powell is like almost getting anointed as like the new Tom Cruise, and I'm here for it now. I didn't see that first.
Dude, it's gonna be great when we do our Powell-a-thon.
Oh my god.
When is that happening? What do we have a
Sunday? We need him to have. I want him to have even more movies so that we can just do like a full day. 24 hours.
Can do.
No, the full day. We can do
it. No, dude, there were like 10 movies, man. We can figure it out.
We can do this.
All right, Greg, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna take The Godfather.
Fucking fuck, dude. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. That was my 4th round pick last time. It was the steal of the draft.
Dude, Spider-Verse is mine. He's taking.
No, you gotta take both of your 4th round picks.
You're a 4th round merchant.
He is a 4th round merchant.
That's so funny.
Greg, what was your 1st round pick from last time? Take that this time.
No, I'm not gonna pick any of my picks.
Greg wrote them all down.
Greg has the list. Picks. He had like Home Alone, Rocky.
I like Home Alone and Rocky. Don't get it twisted. But go ahead, Colin. You're up.
With you're up,
second and third. No, I picked The Godfather, number 2.
Oh,
you're on for the second and third.
I'm taking Dark Knight. I'm taking the Dark Knight trilogy before Greg can take it again.
I was coming for it on my next one.
All right.
I felt bad taking 2 from Colin right away. I need to go to John.
What the fuck, man?
Although I should have, because I have another one coming before I get to John, so I should have. You know, I wasn't reading the draft very well.
All right, and then I am going to go Austin Powers.
This is fucked.
You didn't even. It was on your goddamn list last time.
That was my honorable mention.
That's cool.
For third, for me, I'm going to take Shrek.
No, I'm so happy that we're redoing this.
I'm out of picks. You just took my last 2 picks and my first honorable mention. So
yeah,
this is fucked because I literally could only get my first 2 picks, and then I just didn't get to go again for a wraparound.
Yeah, this is sick.
Well, you have your 3rd and 4th.
Yo, John. Actually, this is so fair. Let's just consider our first draft that is lost just a really common mistake. almost like a mock draft. You know, people do mock drafts.
I absolutely dominated that draft too.
It was a mock draft. Okay, it didn't.
Yeah, I hadn't done a mock yet.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pivot. To what? I don't know. I don't even remember what you guys had. Weird shit that I want to take.
I mean, I have all of them written down, but you know,
I'll go with Dune.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Dune 1, 2, great.
I mean, great. I don't know about you.
Dune
I don't know
3,
if I don't know if I'm gonna consider that because there's only 2 movies.
No, it's fine.
I'm just fucking with you, John. So it's a great pick.
Give us your 4th round pick there, Johnny boy.
I'm really
up too hard.
I'm really not happy. Like I am fuming. I had the perfect draft. It could not have gone better for me.
Well, I just had a really shitty draft. I haven't picked a single one that I did. You're gonna take the Avengers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good pick, John.
Good pick. You got what I had 1st round last time in the 4th round. Good for you.
Yeah, and I hate that.
I'm going to take with my 4th round pick. I'm going to take the Karate Kid movies. I'm still taking that.
That's the one you still picked? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm upset that it includes the Jaden Smith version, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
because the other ones are still good.
No, Greg. Positive note: you get the Justin Bieber song.
I don't know if that really adds or hurts.
It's up to you, boss. I'm gonna let you know what you get.
I think it's a net 0, so it doesn't matter.
My last pick, I'm gonna go with the Planet of the Apes franchise.
Wow, one that was completely not mentioned in the first one. All right, dude, this counts. This counts the old ones and the new ones.
I'm really just going for the new ones, but I'm cool taking the old ones too. I think there's only like 1 or 2 of the old ones.
Dude, the old one where like
I think it is just an old one with like.
When he finds out that it's the Statue of Liberty, and he's just like, "Holy shit, I'm in fucking America!" Unreal plot twist. I have to imagine that at the time when this came out, everybody was like, "Holy fuck!"
I would say people in 1970 be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, no.
Dude, that's nuts. No, I am your father. Shit.
Yeah, for real. Wait, did no one take Star Wars?
No, neither time because you have to take all 9 of those movies.
Yeah,
and
same with Jurassic Park. Stinky.
Yeah, Jurassic World wouldn't count. I don't think
it wouldn't. Thank God. But only I still hold the belief that only the first Jurassic Park is a good movie.
Honorable mentions. Should we say what you guys originally picked in the first draft?
I don't know.
Greg had Rocky, Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you have?
Yeah, dude, Greg. Great job pivoting off of Home Alone.
Karate Kid. The Avengers and Karate Kid were also on mine.
I had Spider-Verse the first time. What was my middle one, Greg?
James Bond.
James Bond. As well.
You clearly had not seen most of the old ones. He's just going purely off Daniel Craig.
And even still, like it's like half of it. For him, it's like half and half, really.
Man, John's draft really got worse going from the first one to the second one. Mine got better, and I think Colin's also got better. So me and Colin better drafters than John.
Way to go, Greg. Good draft.
Yeah. No, we're really good at this.
Yeah.
All right, so redo our draft, or like go through our drafts.
Which one
again?
The one that counts. The one that counts.
Do them both. I want to see
the one that counts. No one cares about a mock draft.
Yeah. The mock draft doesn't count. The real draft. Colin picked Lord of the Rings. Then I picked Spider-Verse. John picked Toy Story.
God,
the wraparound.
It's really funny when you were just fucking over Colin, and then you guys picked him up.
On the wraparound, John went with Mission Impossible. I went with Godfather. Colin went with Dark Knight. That concludes second round. Third round, Colin.
John, mine's chalk right now. Mine's chalk. Oh, there we go.
Shrek. For me. John went Dune with his third pick. Fourth pick, John went Avengers. I went Karate Kid. Colin went Planet of the Apes.
Honestly, my draft is still pretty solid.
Yeah.
You two both have the same starting one.
Like, got better. Like, so it evened out big time. I'm kind of upset. Fucking Colin can't handle a book.
For real, man.
Colin can't put a book down without fucking up the podcast.
For real, man. That's why I don't read.
Harry Potter, we didn't take. Star Wars, we didn't take. Pirates of the Caribbean.
As someone who read
Fast and the Furious,
all of the Harry Potters in one day.
Transformers.
They, at some point, I don't care about them anymore.
No one took any like horror movies like Scream.
I forgot about Scream. I love Scream. Scream is like, it's like a top 10 franchise for me all the time. But a lot of horror franchises stink because they get just worn down.
Yeah. Saw,
the
Human Centipede,
Friday the 13th, Halloween. Did you say Human Centipede?
What?
Did you say Human Centipede?
I did.
Oh, yeah, Craig did.
All right. Good pull.
It's worn down in more ways than one.
Wearing out that never mind. Anyway,
good pod, y'all.
Weird pod. I hope
the jarring shift there. We apologize for that.
We apologize.
Colin apologizes because it was nobody else's fault.
Hey, hand up. You know, we're a podcast as a team. We win as a team. We lose as a team. You know. So
thank you, John.
When Colin fucks up, we all fuck up.
Colin will be getting a reduced check this month.
We'll give him a nice spanking with a ruler.
You guys are getting paid?
So, all right, I'll wrap it up for us this time. Make sure you guys follow us at sochoicepodcast on all social media.
You guys are getting paid?
Check us out on Twitch. We're streaming. Get those notifications going.
Is it the Twitch money? Is it like...
Also, guys, feel free to send out, like, if you want us to do something for Enrichment Hour or, like, broadening our horizons, if you have something you want us to read, watch, listen to, just let us know. Send in an email. We'll get back to you.
And other topics you'd want us to draft or tier list or anything. DMs are always open.
We have to talk after this? Okay. No, yeah, we can talk after this. Yeah, okay, bye.
Stay choice.